Hi, my name's Chris, and I'm here for the auditioning for the host of the late night show.
Great, whenever you're ready.
1, 2. Right. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My host, or I am the host.
I think you might be in the wrong place.
What do you mean? This isn't the Caillou musical audition?
No.
Gosh, I'm gonna be late.
Why did you decide to audition today?
Well, I think you should hire my friend Terry because they're the most talented person in the world.
So some of the news is that let's get into politics.
Thank you for coming in. We'll get back to you next week.
Yeah, I definitely know that I got it. So what's the point? Just tell me now.
Yeah, if you don't hire him, I'm going to cry forever and ever and ever.
No, tell me now. Tell me now. Tell me now.
Ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Hey guys.
Go away.
Is it going okay?
No. Terrible.
Oh, sorry to hear about that, guys.
CRUZ.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Late Show with Nick CRUZ. I'm your host, Nick CRUZ, and on our second episode, we have a very special guest, a very dear friend of mine, Caitlin Turner.
Hello.
Hello, Caitlin. I'm so glad you could join us. And as we all know, well, as maybe some of you know, some of you don't, Caitlin has just graduated last year, so she is an alumni of PW. So it's great to have her back.
It's great to be here, especially on Zoom. It's very different atmosphere now.
It really is. It's different. It's maybe not the exact place we want to be right now, but it's where we're at, and we're making the most of it. Still talking to people. We're still doing the late show with Nick CRUZ.
Making it work.
Exactly. We're trying our hardest to keep it going. And so you graduated last year, and you went to college. What college did you go to?
I went to Quinnipiac University.
Ooh, interesting. Very, very interesting college. What major are you? What are you majoring in?
My major is called FTM, and that is communications for film, and then it's also TV production as well as media arts.
So exactly what we're doing here, pretty much.
Exactly. I mean, I did CITV when I was in PW.
Wow. You see, you're where we're all going. You're where
Exactly.
we lead up to you.
Exactly.
That's where we all hope to get someday. So how are you liking college so far? At least until you obviously had to come home.
It's really good. So obviously I knew what I wanted to do. A lot of people don't. But when you get to college, it's a completely different atmosphere. You're pretty much starting over. So you get there and you don't know anyone. No one really knows anyone. Maybe like one or two people. But honestly, it's a really good opportunity to get yourself out there, really get close with your professors. That's something I really want to tell everyone. Get close with your professors. That's so important because these professors know people in the business. Like, one of my professors has a really close friend that's a producer on the show Survivor. And we literally, wow. We Skyped him in one day. But yeah, it's actually really a lot of fun, especially since for us, we may be really annoyed by something like sciences in which we're not too passionate about. But like when you're in college, you get that opportunity to focus on what you want to do, and it's just a really good time, especially if you pick a college that has all those all the equipment you need and all the classes that you require to take, and it's really helpful for your future.
Yeah, that's actually crazy that your professor knows the producer on Survivor. That's a huge show. I mean, a lot of people love that show. I personally love that show. I watch it every week.
Exactly, yeah. When he brought him in, everybody had a lot of questions, but really, it's you get to see all the behind the scenes. Like, he explained how this worked. It's insane.
Oh, that's an awesome contact to have. I mean, hey, if you're looking for a job, Survivor's probably not too bad. You could go on exotic trips everywhere. That'd be awesome.
Exactly.
So just a quick question: with quarantine and with everyone having to stay home and everything, how has your college been doing that? Especially with you being in FTM, like with their major, since you have to record and go out a lot and get these different shots. How have you been trying to deal with that? And how have the colleges been dealing with that?
Right. That's a very good question, and that's exactly the question what I had during that like limbo where it was like spring break and then it wasn't the spring break, but it was more extra time. Yeah. So pretty much, I pretty much only have one at the moment hands-on class. The other ones are still film classes, but they're more of like the history of it. But for my hands-on class, it's a multi-camera class, so like TV and like cutting, which is very hands-on. So pretty much we've had, actually today I have a class with him pretty much like right after this.
Oh boy.
I know. We're creating a sitcom.
Limited time.
I know. Sitcom on Zoom. So we created a script and we are performing it. Apparently there's like a spotlight feature on it. So we're having like a director from a different group direct someone else's group. But yeah, like you have to plan it out where they're gonna look and like what makes sense and how you're gonna cut, because you can't have two people talking to each other, one person's looking over here and then the same person's looking over here. It doesn't really make sense. But yeah, we did that and that's what we're doing. But the other week we also had more of a single cam kind of thing where we filmed just a bunch of clips together, and really they said whatever you have, use like editing software, or they had like any cameras that you have, because like we all have phones. Don't worry about like any of the quality, just try to make it as best as you can. But yeah, but luckily Adobe, I'm pretty sure, is doing something right now to make sure everybody has access to it during the quarantine, and it's for free, because at school, most schools like mine provide those accounts for free, and so you're completely available to use that in their Mac labs. But since we don't have that, but so yeah, Adobe has been really helpful as well through all of this.
That's awesome. So that's really interesting that you're making a sitcom. You might giving us what the sitcom's maybe going to be about. Do you know?
I do know. We actually created it. I'm actually directing another group's sitcom, as well as being a part of my own. So
look at you.
I know. I'm really getting myself out there. One is about two girls and they're talking to each other about this, that they're meeting guys and blah blah blah. So they're really interested in this one guy, and then they don't realize that it's the same guy, and then they realize it's the same guy, and there's this whole conflict, and then he walks in the store, and then they have a conflict again, and then they eventually dump their drinks on their head. So it's really fun.
The classic.
I know, right? And then the other one's really interesting. It's a little difficult to do via Zoom, because there's a lot of The Office, how it has those cut scenes where it's like the interview.
Oh yeah.
It was very similar to that, so we had to make it work. But so like I think it's turning out really well. We practiced yesterday, but yeah, that one's more of like another dating kind of situation where these two couples go on a double date, and this one guy is really full of himself, and he's thinking that this other guy is stealing his girl, and yeah, it's a lot of fun though.
That sounds awesome. I mean, hey, that's just, you're taking advantage at least of what you can right now. And
exactly.
I think doing sitcoms over Zoom, I think that's just such a fun, awesome thing to do. I think that's just Yeah, it's really important, and I'm glad you guys are still keeping up with it and still staying in the film kind of genre
Right,
and television.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
So yeah, I'm sure that's kind of what you're there for. So what have you just been up to, like personally? What have you been doing to just kind of keep yourself sane and in a stable sort of mindset?
That's very, very important to do, especially now since we're all kind of forced to stay inside. Please stay inside. But yeah, there's so many
Definitely.
things that you can do inside, both like health, like with your health. And what I've been personally doing is you can work out at home. I try working out and get literally simply just going in my car, going for a drive, like blasting the music. There's no one on the roads. And then also just like going for a walk, or also if more staying inside. On that end, I'm a big Sims gamer, you know. I
There
love
you
my
go.
Sims. I love my Sims, so I'm staying in and doing that. I like this. We do fun Zooms. My parents Zoom like my church and stuff. We do all these fun things, and like over Zoom, you're still communicating with all these people. I just got off of a FaceTime last night of a few hours from a really close friend that I like unfortunately lost touch with, and then we kind of rekindled our friendship again, which was really nice. But like
Oh,
really, yeah,
that's awesome.
having FaceTimes and Skypes and gaming and like just hanging out with your family that's like in your house is just, I think, is really important, and that's what I do personally.
Oh yeah, I mean that's awesome. Even in a time where you can't be around people, you're still bringing people in. I think that's just such an awesome thing to do, that you're able to rekindle this relationship with the person.
Exactly, yeah.
Uh, so how big is your Sims family?
My
You have
Sims family.
how big is your Sims family?
Well, so I mean, I personally just like keep going on with the generations. I love doing that, but yeah, it's pretty big right now. Quite a few
Oh boy.
generations down.
If you can't live the real life outside, might as well live the
Exactly.
virtual one.
You gotta live through this. I mean, your Sims don't get sick, so like put them out there. Go to the library, go to the pool, go to like the bars, literally go everywhere. It's the same thing, but yeah.
Oh, it's amazing how much you miss everything once you actually get stuck inside. You
I
get so
know, I
desperate.
know. Mhm. Yeah, I
You
know. I'm
get so
like,
desperate. Yeah.
you see this, and you you never realize you were gonna miss whatever you until you don't have it. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. It's like, just like you said, you were so excited to go to the library in The Sims,
I
and
know. I
then
was like,
you notice people.
library,
Yeah.
see books, see some people reading. Yes.
Oh, that's perfect. That's amazing. And that wraps up just about as much time as we're going to have. But I just want to take a little moment, since you obviously graduated, you went through your senior year. I just want to know if you have anything important that you'd like to say to the seniors of this year.
I did graduate, and I did go through an actual senior year. But I first foremost, I feel terrible for everybody who is a senior right now. I feel for you guys. You guys did not deserve this. You have every right to be upset about it. But most of you are taking it very seriously still and aren't like complaining and stuff. But honestly, I would just fight honestly for something in the end. Like fight for at least like you if you want to dance, or if you want a small graduation, for like the people who want it. I would just keep your hopes up high. This is supposed to be a good year, and it still will be. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, you guys just gotta keep going, fight for what you want. It can't happen right now, but maybe sometime in the future you guys can have some type of either ceremony or dance. But like just like your voice matters, and honestly I just say keep fighting, but also like keep your head up high, because right now you don't see much light at the end of the tunnel. But trust me, it's there. It's definitely there. It's waiting for you.
Okay. Thank you for that, Caitlin. I think the whole senior class really needed to hear something, and I think it's great to hear it from someone that did go through it and is going on to college, which I think is a whole other experience to still experience.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. That has been the Late Show with Nick CRUZ. I'm your host, Nick CRUZ, and the very special guest, Caitlin Turner. Thank you for coming on so much, Caitlin.
Well, thank you for having me and inviting me.
Absolutely. Just like Aria last week, you can come back anytime you want. Anytime. And we have a very special musical guest, Caroline Borio. Take it away.
Thank you, Nick CRUZ. Here is Finding Wonderland from the musical Wonderland. We move too fast, we miss so much, we seldom see all the miracles in front of us. A warm embrace, a human touch, and so it goes. I race around, search high and low for the truth I used to know, when there was magic to be found. 'Cause finding Wonderland is taking time to see the child within who's always been there, smiling back at me. And when I close my eyes, I just remember, and I can't help finding Wonderland. It's not too late. Here in my prime, hearts can unbreak in the story's nick of time. A happy ending, a perfect rhyme. 'Cause finding Wonderland is finding who you are, the child within who's always been there like a shining star. And when I close my eyes, I see forever, and I can't help finding Wonderland. Ordinary magic happens every single day. Wonderland is never far away. 'Cause finding Wonderland is going home again to feel the love another gives and give it back. And then if you should lose your way, reach out for someone's hand, and you'll be finding Wonderland. You'll be finding Wonderland.
And that's been it. I will see all of you later. Have a great day and have a great night, everybody. I've been Nick CRUZ, and this has been the Late Show with Nick CRUZ.